Hi, I'm Christine. We're looking at the color blue-green today. This is a huge color family with variations in all 12 seasons or groups of natural coloring in people. In part 1 of 2, or maybe 3, we'll see how we do, we'll focus on the true summer to true autumn group with soft autumn and soft summer in between. So you can see them here along the lower edge. The true seasons are at the 4 corners. So those are the ones where all of the colors in the person and therefore in their wardrobe are fully warm or fully cool. And then the 8 neutral seasons, like the 2 soft season groups, are in between. Neutral meaning they have a little range of warm to cool. And so you could say that every color in the palette, red, green, blue, has a warm side, a neutral, and a cooler side. My aim is that once you know your season group, you can find your great colors for yourself, and you don't have to rethink how you choose colors every time you want to buy something. My process is the same for every item, and so we're going to follow that framework today as we look at blue-green, and it'll apply to whatever season you are or whatever color that you're considering buying. And so I hope that you have time to watch the color choices for all of the 12 seasons, because we're going to apply ideas and techniques that will work for anybody. And I sometimes think that we can overthink our own season, whereas when we're more relaxed and the stakes are lower, choices become much more easy or more obvious. The one product category that I don't think could be matched this way would be foundation. It is too particular with too many very subtle variations within every season, but contour and highlighter products can certainly be matched this way. These images that we're going to look at today are made in your style. The links will be in the description box for shopping information, and the blog post will be on my website within a couple of weeks for you to see the larger images as stills and also with the links for shopping information. This slide shows you my process, the questions that I go through, and we're going to look at all kinds of examples of how I answer them in these videos. If ever a color allowed leniency in terms of choosing, it would have to be blue-green. And today we are assembling a wardrobe, not a draping system, so you don't have to be 100% accurate. It's a wardrobe with a high degree of color harmony and a huge amount of plasticity in how items are worn together and still look great and look great with you. I like definitions and boundaries, and so let's define what's a high degree of color harmony in a closet. If the color combination or the person wearing it walked into a meeting, would 8 in 10 people be thinking, wow, I didn't know she could look so good in purple. I saw her a month ago and she didn't look this good. Or to put it the other way around, would more than 2 in 10 people be thinking, why would she wear that? Or why would she wear this with that? These things just don't work together. So here's my outline, and I follow them usually in the same order. I might have the answer at question 1 or 4, but I just keep going. Let's say you've picked up a sweater. You think, oh, this could be a good choice for me. So you have your color palette from your color analysis. You open it fully fanned out. You lay it down on the garment. And you're looking for kind of a flyover. Yeah, these two things seem compatible. I think this could work really well together. Think of your palette as your face. And when you lay it down on the garment, this is what everyone else is looking at when you wear this color. The garment looks present. You don't feel like it's taking over. You don't feel like the color is coming up between the strips or the arms of the palette. Now you slow down your eyes and you start looking at individual colors with the garment underneath, looking for pleasant combinations. Something would be nice. Nothing that would be obviously odd, like a palette that has apple pie crust brown and the garment you're looking at is baby powder blue. So far so good, so you're going to look in a little bit more detail. Could you find a color like this in your palette? A sense of colors that would be reasonably grouped together, rather than, let's say, you're looking for raspberry jam in a palette where all the reds are melon, coral, and tangerine. Question 2, could I slide the color of this garment into the strip with the most similar colors of my palette? Nobody'd notice the difference. No disruptions, no bumpy road, it would be easy. Question 3, Do combinations work along the entire strip? So you're still in the strip with the most similar color. You've got one color that you think reasonable match, but don't stop there. You could find one color that looks similar in 6 or 7 of the 12 palettes. So keep going. Look at all the colors in that same strip. And you're trying to imagine each pair together. This swatch with the garment, this swatch with the garment. Let your eyes move left and right like you're reading it. And when I'm saying this, I don't mean beautiful, because that varies by person, location, opinion. I mean compatible in the sense that if you wore this shirt with those pants, would people's attention be divided equally? Sometimes the lightest color in the strip can fade. Sometimes the darkest color in the strip can start looking really dark or heavy or somehow aggressive. Or you may find that what looked like a nice linear strip, every color went together very logically, suddenly it doesn't do that anymore. One color jumps out, or it starts looking odd, or it becomes brighter or unbelonging in some way. Next question, can I make an outfit with different strips? So compare with a different color family, like let's say the reds. Try to find yourself a great lipstick with your blue-green item, or you can bring in a few color families, like if you're creating an outfit. Let's say you have the white strip, and then you have a neutral strip, and then you have a red, and then you have a green. You can include the strip with the most similar colors in this exercise of 4 at a time, because looking at 60 or 90 colors at a time, it's an overwhelming amount of detail and information for your mind to process and filter through, and probably not necessary to make a good decision. And so the thing about including the strip with the most similar color is our mind loves to be right. It loves to confirm what it already decided and believes. And so sometimes it can keep pulling your attention back to the most similar colors, saying like, look at that, what a good job you did making that match, finding that garment. Look, it is exactly like that swatch, when in fact it might not be the best choice. And so I'll do it both ways. I will make a combination using 4 strips, just an outfit, whatever you might normally see on someone, with the one with the most similar color, and also without it. Because other people do not see my black with only the blacks in me. You see the black with every single color in me. That's how appearance works. And so you got to try the colors you buy that way. Number 5 is spread your choices further apart. And for this, you may need to have color representation from the neighbor group. You might not need to have a whole palette, but there are what are called harmony strips that have 4 colors or 12 colors from a few seasons. You can get entire fan books with a harmony strip from all 12. You can get little wallet-sized cards that are not super expensive, just so you have a representation of colors in other seasons. I love the palettes from NDU Colors in the United States, from True Color International in Australia. I will put links in the description box. They both have global shipping. Delivery time will differ depending on where you live in the world. The palettes at NDU Colors, they're big, big palettes, lots and lots of colors. And I noticed too that they are putting in harmony strips from the 2 neighboring seasons in their regular palettes. And at True Color in Australia, you can get classic palettes and corporate palettes with different colors, great colors. And so both really outstanding products. Just to be clear with my own limitations, I've only ever seen the palettes or worked with the palettes from NDU and from TCI. I have never seen or worked with all the palettes from the many other systems and companies of color analysis. So if you were draped by them, it might be a good idea to follow their instructions to guide you in how to use the palettes towards great purchases. And so you have this item, let's say it's Robin's Egg Blue. Let's say you think it's light spring, you're a light spring, but you are undecided between light spring and light summer. Our tendency is to compare the strip with the most similar colors from the 2 seasons, but for some colors and seasons, too close together, you can't really tell, or I can't really tell. So push the colors further apart, meaning try it with the warmest greens from light spring and the coolest greens from light summer. Emphasize what's different about the two seasons. I have too much respect for the time, the cost, and the effort that you and I put into creating our appearance to leave it to chance, hope, and luck. That's what I used to do in the early days. But now we have a solid foundation, and so let's go ahead and start building on it. Here we are in our first panel, True Summer to True Autumn. We're not going to go through every item unless there's something to draw your attention to, but if you have any questions about any of them, I hope that you will ask in the comments. So you see items in each of the four seasons. The row along the bottom is an example of one of the questions in our outline. In the strip with the most similar colors, could you slide in the color of the item you're considering below the line? Nobody's going to notice the difference. True Summer colors, cool, medium light to medium dark, no extremes on either end. And they're medium soft, meaning you notice the amount of pigment, but you also notice that the soft grayness in the color could look a little heathery, or it could look a little misty. Soft Summer, to the right of True Summer, maybe you notice the soft grayness in the colors a little bit more, and maybe also in the average they get a little bit darker. Soft Summer is warmer, but it's not a lot of warmth, at least on the cooler side of the palette. Soft Summer is one of those neutral seasons. And then next one over, we have Soft Autumn. Well, now you're really noticing the warmth, or at least in the greens you do. True Autumn color, warmer again. You notice the warmth, but I find warmth can be challenging to identify in colors like blue, green, even violet that we associate with coolness. So we're going to need other ways to test this, and that's part of what we're going to talk about. You can see that as you get warmer and warmer, the colors get greener. Well, that makes sense. When you add yellow to blue to warm it up, it is going to turn green. That's just how color works. And of course, they get darker as you get into Soft Autumn and then True Autumn, like the bag, fourth item from the top in True Autumn. Let's look at a few items individually. First, the items below the line. Well, can we slide them up into the group? We're pretending that the group is the strip from your palette with the most similar colors. The shoe for True Summer, I would say yes. Certainly it's at the 80-20 level. The sweater in Soft Summer, yep. Sweater in Soft Autumn, yep. Beats the 80-20 level. I would be happy to see a Soft Autumn wearing that, particularly if it were repeated in their natural pigmentation, let's say blue-green in the eyes or silver in the hair, but I still think it works pretty well. Perhaps it seems a little softer than some of the colors in Soft Autumn. Maybe it might look a little faded, might be a bit too blue for some people, but overall okay. And then the True Autumn shoe, the same as in Soft Autumn, the blueness of it stands out, and probably the darkness, but overall it's good enough to fit into a wardrobe and function well. Big area under the face. Might want to see the person wearing it before committing to the purchase. The lower item in Soft Summer in the main group, that soft shouldered light turquoise blouse. Any thoughts about that? I slide my eye up and down. This is what you want for your appearance, that the person's eye, the viewer's eye, can slide up and down and not sense interruptions. It's not hit the brakes, hit the gas, disconnect. Why would you wear this with this? They don't have these question marks in their mind. It's just smooth transitions up and down. I keep hesitating on that top. Maybe it's the lightness compared to the other items. Maybe it seems a little brighter. It just seems forward, or the others are all receding backwards a little bit. So I would want to see that color with another group, and we are going to see that with True Summer very soon. See the two blue sweaters in Soft Summer, Soft Autumn, where Soft Autumn seems brighter, more pigmented, which I notice more in some color families than others between the two seasons, like yellow, green, and blue. Not so much between the reds. The softness level is about the same between the two. I don't know why that is, and if anyone knows, I would love to hear it. I wonder if the addition of yellow to create warmth just gives an impression of brightness, because every color has its own chemistry, and so yellow has different ranges and different behaviors, and as the season warms up, you could expect that colors would be chosen, or the harmony would be chosen a little bit differently. That would make sense to me. The vest in True Autumn. I could not see that with either of the other groups. It does look distinctly warmer to me. You can see the gold in it. The stone in the ring as a green blue, that looks warm, like a warm turquoise. The metal is also warmer silver, pewter. I think jewelry can often work in more than one season, especially when it's made with different colors or materials. According to our 80-20 rule, I would be fine to see a True Autumn person wearing that ring. I'd even be a little bit intrigued. I would have a, how did you know to wear that? Which is always kind of a good thing. The shoe, medium brightness blue, comfortable. The bag below, maybe it's at the brightness and darkness limit for True Autumn, maybe even a little bit above. But I like the greenness of it, and I like the color of the hardware. The shoe below, as we said, if it's a turtleneck, you're going to wear it right under the face. Then it depends on the person. How dark is the skin tone, the hair and the eye colors? How near to dark autumn do they drape in a color analysis? But a handbag serves a different purpose and placement in a wardrobe than a turtleneck sweater. Next image, we have more choices of blue-green, spreading them across a wider light to dark range. We wear clothes with other clothes, and so I've added a blue as an example of comparing with colors from another family. Could be our eye colors, but others see us wearing colors with other colors. The items in the bottom row are going to be added in the next panel. Lots of fun and games with this video for us to decide how they work. The blue top in the middle of the bottom row is like a calibration marker for light summer, a summer with a little bit of spring in it. You see that the brightness jumps upwards. Brightness means how much pigment relative to how much gray, and it is brighter than the true summer, soft autumn. They have autumn combined, the soft seasons, and so they get softer. If you imagine the necklaces on the top in the center, the light summer top, it might not be ideal. The blouse looks brighter, and I think the bead necklace might look dull, or it might fade into the color. And then the silver or the darker blue-green necklace might look a little cool or dark, or separate or severe, or trying to be something. It's just not a natural fit. A few items have been duplicated in these pictures. First, the soft pearlescent blue and gray scarf. We have it in True Summer and Soft Autumn. Do you have a preference for where you would put that? I think it balances better in True Summer. I find it a little too feathery compared with the other items in Soft Autumn. There doesn't have this velvety quality that you see in the blue blouse further down in Soft Autumn. It feels a little bit more dense in a way, stronger in Soft Autumn. True Summer gives watercolor impressions that I think really come across in the scarf. There's a zip-up green hoodie in both Soft Summer and Soft Autumn. Any preference? Maybe the color's a little richer in Soft Autumn, but if you said the opposite, it'd be fine. Passes the 80-20 limit. This is one of those situations where we can really elaborate in our own season, and a person from another season would say, bro, it's fine in both, just wear it. That's a voice worth listening to and worth practicing with your own season. In the lower right-hand corner of Soft Summer and the lower left corner of Soft Autumn, there's two sleeveless tops. The soft one is cooler and bluer. The Soft Summer one, pardon me, is cooler and bluer. Although the Soft Autumn one might not seem obviously more golden, there is something glowy about it. It looks too warm if you slipped it into the Soft Summer group, I think. Soft Autumn can have these very light, almost powdery colors, and with the luminosity of that gentle warmth that they have, that soft golden light, there's this really gorgeous thing, and really gorgeous to repeat with makeup too. Probably still qualifies as a pastel with similar colors in light spring, but those have more pigment. The Soft Autumn color does not look watery, feathery, fresh in the way that summer and spring do. I think this looks rich. I don't know why this word comes to mind, but supportive. So going across, The bead necklace in the top row, just let your eyes move from one to the other like reading across a crossword puzzle. Pause for a few seconds, register the feeling if it's in any way uncomfortable. True summer, fine, good. Not having any trouble seeing either the item or the necklace, doesn't feel any reaction of why would you wear that with that. Good place to start. A lot in common, a lot more than with light summer in the previous image. And then let's look over at soft summer, first impression. So the question is not is it good or bad? The question is compared with true summer, step forward or step back? For me, step forward because the feeling came right away. I didn't have to think, it was just these two things are extensions or continuations of one another. I felt good. It was, great. And then the bead necklace on soft autumn. First reaction, a little harder to see. Maybe it's a little cool. Maybe it's a little soft. It's both. I'm really not feeling it over the avocado green top or the sweater. Maybe it's a little in front of them, but quite okay with the soft light green sweater. And then in the lower row, the silver necklace with the blue. I don't think those are stones in that necklace. I think they're fabric of some sort. Do you sense a gap with true summer? The scarf at the bottom, that's an automatic fit. The other two are intriguing, but not at all uncomfortable. If I saw someone wearing that, I would think they were very interesting and good choice. Necklace over soft summer items. Step forward, step back. Honestly, for me, a step back. Mutual enhancement felt more obvious in true summer. Like, these things are just part of one another. Here it's pretty good on the cooler turquoise and blue, less comfortable on that dark green sweater, and yet the darkness level is fairly similar, but something there isn't coordinating. In soft autumn, I don't perceive a natural choice with the warmer greens. It's okay with the other items. Maybe it seems a little bright or jumps in front of the sleeveless top. It seems a bit severe. That sense of mutual enhancement that I had really well in true summer, a little bit less in soft, it's moving further away from me. In this picture, we're going to look at a couple of questions from our outline. The first one is spread the colors further apart, the colors that you're comparing. Here are the reds from soft autumn, a terracotta that is too warm for any soft summer to wear, and a cool plum from soft summer that is too cool for any soft autumn to wear well. And so we're looking at a different color family, meaning reds rather than blue-greens, and we are creating more distance between the two sides of the two palettes we're comparing. And for all these images, I appreciate that it's subtle, and so if you prefer the opposite to me or you see no difference, that's your right answer. I mean, they're all blue-greens in neighboring seasons, and it's going to be subtle. I don't see these items in real life. Our monitors can be showing us different colors, just a new way to think about colors and how you might make decisions. Red also is the color we add to cheeks and the color we add to lips, and because of how they're placed in the face, others see our eye color and our cheeks together at the same time. They see our lips and our clothing together at the same time. These are darker choices from soft summer and soft autumn, these reds. You could sure pick the lighter ones. I find it helps in comparing colors to have a similar darkness level because it just takes one more variable out of the equation. Doesn't have to be red too. If you wanted to choose yellows to do this with, that's good. That works really well as well. Yellow can be, depending on the season, sometimes it seems like it goes with nothing. Sometimes it seems like it goes with everything. So I do tend to prefer red, I would say. You might want to use your hand or a piece of paper to cover one of the reds while you look at the other. I pretty much always look at colors that way, one at a time, so that your eye has a buffer or a place to calibrate or neutralize in between. Start with the vest. Which one? I would choose the plum, soft summer. The orange is too orange. And it's hard to look at the two together. That's another thing that I'll do. I'll try looking at these two together, these two together. If my eyes can't do it, or they're trying to look away and the other one's more comfortable, that's usually a pretty good answer. Item below the dress, I would pick the warmer color, the soft autumn color. Not just because of the rope belt. I can almost see similar tones in the blue fabric to the soft brick in that lipstick. And if you picture a sweater underneath this jumper. I'd call that a jumper in North America. I think in England or UK countries, a jumper is a sweater, but to me that the jumper is that a dress you would wear a blouse underneath. So if I picture a blouse underneath that dress or a lipstick right above it, I think the soft plum would look a little too blue, possibly not healthy. We saw that vest below in panel number 1 as a possible for true autumn. What do we know here? The plum is not better. It is not compatible with the warm golden tones that you see coming off the blue leather as well as the zipper. So there I pick the autumn side. Going back to the top on the other side, right column, that's the hat. I don't have a sense that it's too cool or too warm. It doesn't look overly yellow or golden or orange or blue. I think it's too bright for the other items on this page or for the soft seasons. There's too much pigment. And so it might belong to another season, and we'll see it again in the next video. Choosing one of the colors to wear with it though, you know, we're here. What does it have in common with? I would pick the autumn one. I don't think it's pigmented enough. It's not rich enough to match the hat, meaning it's not as orange as the hat is blue. And I also am not really loving the black band around the hat for the soft seasons. It would be a little harsh with either of those two reds. So maybe it's an autumn hat, but it belongs in one of the other autumn groups. Next item down, the purse. I would choose the warmer color, soft autumn. Purse is similar to the vest on the bottom of the other side, but it's cooler, it's bluer, and feels pretty comfortable with soft autumn. The soft summer color, the plum, that looks to me a little blue next to the handbag. I picture the handbag lying against the sweater that you're wearing that day or the coat or the jacket. I would probably pick the warmer color. Next item down, the pink for sure. The soft autumn terracotta, it just doesn't look as fresh or as elegant as the plum. This brings us to the end of part 1. I hope to have part 2 posted in 2 to 3 weeks. We're going to look at more blue-greens for autumn, for spring, for winter, more ways of making great color decisions for your coloring, and hopefully having you looking even better than you did a month ago. I'll look forward to seeing you there.